What's up, guys? New day. And as usual, I can't find my wallet. What else is new? Jesus, man, I need to chain that thing to my body. There it is. All right. So I think I might be getting myself in a project that is going to be a little harder than I thought, but I got an idea with the deck. So I talked to my buddy. If you guys follow my other channel, where I'm doing the game room, the guy that lives in my neighborhood, my family friend that let me borrow his truck to haul the drywall that one day, he's let me borrow it again today. I'm gonna go get a bunch of wood, probably more stuff than I need, and then hopefully be able to return a bunch. But most of the stuff would fit in my car. I just might have to, make 2 or 3 different trips, which wouldn't be a big deal because, I'm not going to use it all at once anyways. But I want to pick up a wheelbarrow because I might try my hand in concrete. And a wheelbarrow would really help me dig all this other stuff up too. But I'm going to pick up a bunch of gravel and paver sand and stuff like that. But what I'm doing, I'll show you guys in a second what I mean. What you saw in the other video, you saw our deck's just like a rectangle. And it's just got a staircase here, and then on the other side, well, you didn't see that because I took it off right now, but, the whole deck just has those 2 staircases, even though it's, wide open. I want to build stairs, steps across the whole, perimeter, so, I can walk straight out and go down and whatnot, and, it'd be a lot cooler for the dogs as well. So, I'm going to attempt that. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm going to figure it out as I go. It's in poor shape. We'll get rid of all that. Hi, Tasha. It is hot in here. Damn, I gotta use the AC. Whew. It's a pretty sweet spot. I got this new little tripod I ordered on Amazon. It's probably this tall, and it folds up so you can use it like a monopod or tripod. And I mainly got it for my gimbal because it's pretty tall, and my gimbal is the perfect stand for the phone. If I put it on my desk or in the kitchen, and not having to lug out my big tripod or something. But the gimbal doesn't have any kind of base, but it's got the 1/4" thread mount for the camera mounts. So I ordered this for it. It's just a little when it's fully expanded, it's probably only that big around, but it's nice and sturdy metal. It's got rubber feet. It feels really nice. I like it. And I'm gonna have to order another one so I can use one just for the gimbal and then use one with my phone like this. But so I got my buddy's truck. He's handicapped, that's why he got a wheelchair back here. He lost his leg in a motorcycle accident. Car pulled out right in front of him when he was going down the road. When he crashed, the exhaust pinned his leg, and it burned it so bad that I guess, I don't know, it was a few years ago, to be honest with you, so I'm not really sure of the details. And now we got an old guy walking across the street. Come on. That was oh man. Driving on the road, and this old guy, there's a car coming towards me and then me going down this way, and this old man just casually strolls out right across the street. Both of us had to stop. I mean, luckily I was far enough away I didn't have to slam on my brakes, but even I jogging across the street wouldn't have made that. There's no other cars besides us, but you gotta get, screw everybody else anyways. But yeah, his leg was apinned under the exhaust, and it burned it really bad and stuff like that. With not trying to get too graphic, but they had to amputate it right around his thigh, so he's got an electric wheelchair now, and he's living the life, I'll say that. He got a nice settlement, and bought a house, bought a new vehicle and stuff, so he's happy. He's a good guy. Been a family friend for many years. But yeah, that's why the wheelchair's back there though. Oh yeah, funny story. So one of the reasons I wanted to borrow the truck, when I got there I had said it too, but I wanted to borrow this because, you know, I can just throw the wood back. I can pretty much, anything that I might want to grab here, I can grab. You know, I'm gonna have plenty of room. I can handle, you know, haul all the rocks I might buy, or, you know, the paver sand and stuff like that. And but I did want to buy a wheelbarrow. I don't know how you even, wheelbarrow. It just sounds weird to say. I want to say wheelbarrow, but I know it's barrow. But I wanted to buy one of those. I'm like, there's no way that's fitting in my car. I might be able to like wedge it in there and then like bungee strap it and stuff, but like that's all that's getting in there. So I told him, I was like, I probably fit most of the wood I need in my car. Just, you know, have the trunk hanging, you know, trunk open obviously. I was like, but I want to buy a wheelbarrow so I can, you know, probably get some concrete work done, but, you know, I'll be able to dig my yard up where I need to now and put it in there and then go dump it somewhere, versus like when I dug our fire pit, like I would dig up a chunk of grass and then have to walk it all the way across the yard where I was putting it. You know, that made that project take 10 times as long as it needed to. He's like, hey, I just won a raffle. He's like, I just won one. He's like, go check it. He's like, it's in the shed. It's literally brand new. I'm obviously never going to use it, you know, because he's in a wheelchair. And he was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? You know, push my wheelchair button with this arm and then hold it? He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't even know what they go for. Give me $20 for it or something. I was like, oh, hell yeah. I was like, the one I was looking at the cheapest one that they had at Lowe's is, I think $40. And I don't need nothing big. I don't need nothing special. You know, I'm going to use it maybe once or twice a year. So I was like, well, hell yeah, you only want 20 for it. You know, let me check it out. So I went back there and it's, I mean, almost identical to the one I was looking at Lowe's. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, that's perfect. Of course, he just filled up with gas too. I was like, you know, I'll definitely fill your truck up for letting me borrow it. And he's like, nah, I just filled up. So last time I drove it, he asked me to stop and get him a couple Monster energy drinks. So I was like, I'll get you a case of those or something at least. That's sweet. Now too, I was like, man, I'll fill it up for sure. You know, gas is only like $1.50 a gallon. So, but so I threw that in the truck, dropped that off at home, and now I'm just pretty much, wow, it's $1.39 now for gas here. So now I'm pretty much just going to Lowe's, kind of freehanding it, figure out what I need. I mean, I know what I need, but kind of look around and see, you know, what my options are as far as like getting the risers for the steps and stuff like that. Okay, cool. We got two people walking literally in the middle of the road. Okay, what are you guys doing? Jesus, man. Like, they're literally walking, like, in the middle of the lane, not even on the edge of the road, and there's a car coming, so I can't go around them. And then after that car goes by, they spread out even more. Like, people, if you're walking, be conscious of what's around you. My God. Sorry. But yeah, so I'm going to Lowe's. I need some 2x8s. I'm gonna, like, those cover the outside of the deck, like the outer edge or whatever. So I'm gonna replace those. Mine aren't in bad shape. The one I need to replace because it broke, but the rest of them aren't in bad shape. But because it used to have railings, there's big, like, rusty holes in them. So I'm gonna just, you know, pop them off and put these new ones on. And mine were held on by nails. So they wasn't really doing too much structurally for the deck anyways. So I'm gonna get some actual lag screws and, you know, mount those in real good, and then mount the steps of those. But yeah, like I said, I want to do steps all the way around. Ideally, I would love to do cement all the way around under the steps, but I just feel like that's a lot of work for me, you know, being one person with no concrete experience. Plus I would have to buy all the concrete tools, and I also don't know how much concrete I would need. You know, I don't want to buy like 10 bags of the stuff and then, you know, get them mixed up and be like, oh shit, you know, I need 10 more bags, but I already got all this mixed and poured. Now I'm screwed. But we're at Lowe's, so I'll see you guys in a few minutes, or in a second. That sucked ass. My God. It's really gonna suck driving out of here. I got so much wood sticking far out the back. Yeah, so I'm gonna go nice and slow. But yeah, so they are just insanely busy. Apparently everybody wants to do woodwork right now. Like, it took me like, I was probably in the wood aisle for a solid hour between, you know, finding the pieces I need and, you know, figuring out what I needed, and then, you know, waiting for people to be out of the way. I probably got, I mean, I got the expensive wood I need. Like, I got all the expensive pieces. But now, like, I spent, it was like 140 just on wood, and then another like 40 on screws, and, you know, they needed some new drill bits for my drill, a circular saw blade to cut stuff. And with the length of our deck, I'm kind of rethinking doing the wraparound stairs, because what I thought I would do is get a piece that's, you know, wider than the, like, wider than the widest part of our deck, and then you would cut it on like a 45-degree angle or whatever, and then you would take the, you know, the other step, cut it on that same angle, and then they would just kind of like butt together on that angle, and then it would make steps that wrap around. But then I was like, one, how do I support that with just a regular, you know, stair stringer thing, like step stringer or whatever? How do I support that corner? And two,
I found this on the web.
whoops. And then I'm like, and then two, unless I do concrete, I just don't trust any footing that I put down. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna be strong enough to like support all those stairs. So I'm just kind of like, I might just do like a really wide set out front, and then, you know, I'll do like a rock bed next to them, you know, between the steps, and, you know, plant some flowers or something, you know, make it look really nice, but just, you know, kind of avoid doing the wraparound thing. I don't know, I'm not really up for that project. But yeah, so here's the fun part driving home. These are 16 foot right here, all the way hanging out the bed, and all the way through the window, like up to the front. These things are heavy, man, my God. But yeah, so got these in. Honestly, the longest part was loading all this stuff, because thank God he's got, I planned on just leaving the bed closed and then just, you know, having them like this, but hanging out the back, which would have been fine. I wouldn't have to worry about them flying out. But with these being 16 feet, and this bed's, I think, only like, I don't know, maybe 6.5 feet or so, these would be majority, you know, the majority of the weight would be hanging out the bed. So they'd be, you know, not only not staying in the bed, but they'd be sitting there bouncing probably enough to where they'd break. Just already making me nervous, man. Luckily I'm taking like all back roads. Jesus. I'm just waiting for some of this wood to go fly. I got it strapped down. I don't think it's going anywhere, but it still makes me so nervous having the bed open. I think I'm changing my idea on the steps a little bit. I'm gonna do wider ones. I'm gonna do wider ones than we have now, I think, on the sides. Maybe not. Maybe I'll probably just leave the ones on the sides because they're in perfectly fine shape. But across the front, I'm gonna do like at least like probably like a nice 6 or 8 foot wide one. It'll make it, you know, plenty of room to walk up and down. You know, the dogs will probably appreciate being able to walk up and down the front as well. And then I think with that amount of weight, I would trust doing like a rock foundation, you know, versus having to do concrete. Like, I wouldn't trust going all the way around if I wasn't doing concrete, because it'd be so hard to, you know, install it and take it off if something did happen. Whereas this, you know, I'll be able to unbolt it. I got some really long, strong lag bolts, or screws, I guess I should say, to mount these bad boys. And it's cool, I actually got pieces where I won't have to cut any of these, actually, I don't think. So that's actually really nice. Yeah, wait till you guys see this concoction of, Jesus. Wait till you guys see this concoction of straps I got in the back trying to hold this wood in. I need a truck so I can get some more practice with this stuff. But it's so nice to be able to just, truthfully, like, I wish I had more money right now. I would go buy up a bunch of drywall so I can have it ready for the back bedroom when I start working on that again. But I think the next time I borrow it, I'll get because I got to do the thing that's holding me back on the drywall is doing the insulation. I got to blow that in first, and then what I'll do is I think just I'll go rent that machine, or actually I'll probably go buy like all the drywall I'll need, bring that home, drop it off, and then go back and get the insulation machine. Just kill two birds with one stone. That way I wouldn't have to borrow his truck anymore. Because he always says like, yeah man, anytime you need it, just let me know. But I always feel bad asking because he's a single guy. He's an older guy. He's my mom's age, like roughly, you know, late 40s, early 50s or whatever. So a lot of time, you know, with his disability, you know, he doesn't work obviously. So a lot of times he's just out cruising around in his truck. You know, if I had a truck, a cool feature, I would put a camera like up on the third taillight, like up here, looking down at the bed. That way I could turn the screen on and, you know, make sure like if I got a load like this that's, I don't want to say it's unsecured or, you know, could fall out, but like with the right bump, I feel like, you know, it could be knocked loose or something like that. I got paid today, you know, finally for my unemployment, and well, this morning I guess technically. And I was like, man, when I get to Lowe's, I'm getting all the wood I need. I'm getting, you know, tools and bits, a giant box of screws, and blah blah blah. And then when I got to Lowe's, just the wood alone, when he rang it up, was like $130, something like that. And I was like, oh, I don't want to buy anything else. And this is not even all the wood I need. They actually didn't have like the greatest selection of wood. Like I got all the, you know, the pressure treated stuff. Because I don't think the wood that they use for our deck, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that it was not, you know, the weatherized, you know, pressure treated type stuff. It's not that old, and that wood, like I can grab some of those boards with my fingers and just like literally stick my fingers through them. So I don't think it was like the treated lumber stuff. So I spent a little bit extra and got the treated stuff. I mean, this will long outlast however else long we live there. You know, by the time we sell it, this stuff will still be good. I think we're gonna go with like a gray color to paint it. I might stain it, I'm not sure. It depends on if I replace every board that's currently painted right now. You know, it's painted that like nasty creamy tan color. If I replace every board that's painted, I'll probably stain it, because I love the look of like wood like this that's just stained. And then obviously you seal it, you know, it looks really good, gives you that like natural kind of look. I love that look. A lot of people don't, you know, but it matches everything in my opinion. So I wanted to paint it. If I do paint it, I want to do like a grayish, you know, like a darker gray, not really dark gray, but you know, a little bit darker than like a normal gray. But with our house being like a yellowish color, I don't know if that would even look good, but we'll see. So I'm almost home. I'll go ahead, stop recording and get this unloaded. I want to thank whoever built this deck for using plywood to level it. It's shims. This is wood. You can see the slope. Now I know why. So I tried prying them off. That wasn't really the best method. So I started using my drill and just using a Phillips head bit. I was trying to get these screws out, and this was so frustrating. Like, it was unbelievably hard. Probably 1 out of 3 or 4 screws would actually come up, and then I'd have to just pry and pry and pry. So much more effort than it should have been, really. This project sucks. My back is killing me, and well, actually, I'll do like a compilation of like the whole thing. I'll throw like some clips in here, but I'll try to do like one video with the whole deck in it. That sucks ass. So I thought I was lucky in that most of our deck is screwed together, you know, where a lot of older decks were built, you know, and they're nailed in, and nails, you know, eventually just kind of slip out and everything gets kind of sloppy. I wish ours was nailed in. It would be so much easier. They've got screws, and they've got screws that have like the little square bit and then Phillips head. And literally, I would say 1 out of 3 or 4 actually comes out and unscrews. The other 3 either break right off at the head, which is no big deal. I'll take that. At least, you know, I can just pry it up and it comes out. The other one will just spin in place. And the most common one is the head of the screw is just completely like stripped out. Like I cannot, no matter how hard I push or what kind of drill bit, like it is stripped out. And then I got to beat my pry bar in and pry on it. Like I've got, I think 3 of the deck boards off, and I literally, like, I want to give up at this point. Like, I thought this was going to be, you know, like a day or 2 long project. Like, go out there, spend like an hour, maybe hour and a half, taking all the deck boards off, and then, you know, put the new ones on in place, and then put the outer pieces on. But Jesus, man. It is insane. Like, and I'm definitely, I think I'm going to do a 10-foot, either an 8 or a 10-foot step on the front, and then I'm going to do the side steps about twice as wide as they are now. I like the wider step, and I have the perfect concrete pad already on this side from where I'm looking at right now, like on the opposite side of opposite side of the garage. There's already a concrete pad that's wide enough for like probably an 8-foot set of steps. So that's going to work out perfect right there. And then on the garage side, I'll do that next. I think I'm gonna pour a concrete pad, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour one that's big enough for the steps essentially right now. And then, because for the most part that'll be covered, like you're not gonna see that, but I'll kind of know like, okay, you know, this ended up working out really good, or this sucked. So I'm gonna do that, and then once that cures, I think I'm gonna kind of like come in on an angle and do like, you know, a walkway. So the walkway is gonna come from the driveway like this, and then angle out to match the steps, you know, just because they're gonna be wider. That's the plans. I don't know, we'll see. But it's at this rate that I'm only inside right now because I was hungry, thirsty, and Shelby went on break, so she called me, so I talked to her for a half hour. But at this rate, I'm gonna be out there for the next 4 days, probably just trying to get the damn boards off. Like, this sucks. Oh well, though, I guess it is what it is. Oh man. So this is where I'm stopping today. We do all this. These steps will go out to here. And then these will be probably like here to over here. All kinds of crap under here though. Yeah, this is what they use to space it. You see that board's even all the way down, and then right here it spaces out because it drops. First fire. What a mess. All right, guys, so I got a pretty good amount done. I got a package in the mail today, which was totally unexpected. The little thing I told you about that I got sent for free showed up today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get showered up. I'm all dirty from working outside. And that's gonna wrap it up for this vlog, guys. Vlog, whatever I said, vlog. Fire's still going outside. I'm keeping an eye on it. It's pretty low now. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a perfect little fire pit, man. I couldn't have built perfect size, perfect depth, and just perfect area for it. I'm like, man, it's kind of like in an awkward spot, but it's really nice. I like it. Just burning some trash out there now. Well, you know, trash deck pieces, I guess. I got quite a bit more done though from when I made the last little clip, you know, that you saw a few minutes ago. Kind of given up on trying to drill them out. Like, I wasn't drilling them out, but, you know, trying to get the screws out. I gave up on a few of the boards, and I was hammering with the crowbar, just prying them up. That seems to be working. That works just as good as it did when I was actually getting some of the screws out. So getting the screws out is just a waste of my effort. So tomorrow I'm just going to go out there with a pry bar, a little 4-pound sledgehammer, get those puppies ripped up. So, and I'm worn out. It's the most, well, not really worn out, but I've got, you know, lower back issues. Obviously, I'm a bigger guy. I've got lower back issues. It runs in the family. So that killed my back today, but oh well, I got plenty of time to rest. And what better way to do it than on a new deck? So thanks for watching, guys.